to another episode of Pretty Not Smart with your host, Louie, aka the baddest perra.
And your mom, Yoatzi.
You're basically everybody's mom at this point.
I'm like, I'm your mother. What do you need? What do you want?
Welcome back to another episode, y'all.
Yay!
This is a very exciting episode because we're obviously filming another episode, but it's a very sad one.
You gotta tell them.
Yes, I feel like we have to tell them right off the bat. Or do you want to do like your fun dumbass fact of the century
No,
first?
I agree. You have to tell them.
But don't get mad at us.
They're gonna get so mad at us. They're gonna unsubscribe, cancel.
Better be filming right now.
Nina,
Like
the
Nina.
fish girl.
Better be filming. All the
Better be
comments
so
right now.
mean right now.
All getting ready. Like, better be filming. They'll start commenting hella shit about us.
I know.
No, it's because, well, obviously we're pretty not fucking smart.
Oh,
But also time has just flown by so fast.
it literally did.
And Yoatzi and I basically lost track of time, and we didn't realize that season 2 is coming to an end.
Oh my God, we said it. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's because it's.
I think after this point, there's 3 more episodes.
Oh my God, literally, I think we have 3 more episodes.
But don't look at it as like, oh my God, 3 more episodes. It's just, that's technically still 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
But
They're like, no.
I know. I always get like a little like, oh my God, the season's gonna end, because it's always weird having we've been doing hella seasons. It's only like the second time we do this.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck.
I know,
They're like,
like,
oh, hey,
bye.
finally.
No, but it's like an exciting moment for Yoatzi and I, because we get to do updates on the podcast. So throughout like the season, we listen, we obviously read your guys' comments.
And we judge.
And we see what input you guys want. So like when it comes to like, if you like, there are comments sometimes about the lights, comments about the camera angles, comments
About who the hosts are.
yes, or like what you guys want changed. Or for example, I'll give you guys an example of one. We see a lot of comments about our neon sign.
Oh, sí que no se
Que no
ve.
se ve, and it's something that we didn't really think about after putting all these lights. So we have an updated sign coming for y'all. So it'll look like it's actually fucking there.
Yeah. So, I mean, in a way, it's bad because we're not going to see you guys every week. We're not going to be talking
For a little
bit. Just for a little bit. But we're going to, as always, try and improve the podcast. Just like if you guys remember the OGs from season 1.
We changed like 4 times.
Season 1 was like a mess. And then coming to season 2, you know, it looks a little bit more put together, a little more like a podcast. So season 3 is going to be even better.
And thank you guys for just being patient throughout our podcast. And we love that you guys love it. And we love hearing your guys' feedback. And thank you for allowing us to grow. And we're excited to switch things up a little for Pat too.
Yeah, but don't even stress about it. We still have after this one, we still have another like 3, right?
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
But
Together forever.
we do want to hear y'all's input. So obviously during that break, Yoatzi and I are like making changes to the podcast.
And I'm going to push out a human.
Yes. But also during that break, is there anything else that y'all would like to see? Like, would you guys care for like little mini vlogs until we come back into the season?
Or maybe we could do like little short YouTube videos on the Pretty Not Smart YouTube.
Just Pretty Not Smart wise. Because
Yes.
obviously we're still going to be posting on our personal shit. But like Pretty Not Smart vibes are, it's a little complicated because also it just so happened to land around the perfect time because Yoatzi is about to like pop out a new generation of children. So it honestly just like lined up perfectly. And this break, we don't want to give you guys a timeline of what we're thinking, but
No.
we're trying to figure it out because Yoatzi's gonna have 4 kids.
3.
So we don't know how long, but it won't be that long, and I don't want to talk about it too long because I don't want you guys to get like frustrated.
Yeah,
with
no,
us.
but we will tell you guys like when we're leaving officially. But it's literally just gonna be a little bit. But we still want to be active on our page, on our pages. We still want to keep up with you guys. So if there's anything that you guys have in mind, like, oh, maybe do this, try this, or yeah, maybe film like a little vlog or stuff like that, please let us know.
Yeah, because we love to hear from you.
Did you see somebody keeps commenting, was like, day number, I don't know what, to petition to have Addie replace Yoatzi while she's on maternity leave.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
While I'm on my leave.
And Addie is very open and down to do that, y'all. So we did see y'all's comments, and that was funny.
Yeah, we love Addie, so I feel like it makes sense. Or you know what? We could just fly Andrea and she could just replace me.
Every day.
Every day. She's like, I have to go to work. We're like, sorry, pretty not smart.
I know.
We get our ass over here.
Tell us your dumbass fucking fact. Is it that you're leaving and giving birth? Okay,
well, my fun fact of the year. It kind of comes from frustration a little bit. I'm frustrated, Louie. I'm pissed. It's because, okay. I don't know how you feel, but I really, really do not like the sun. Like, I don't think you understand. I was talking to my girlfriends about it. I hate the sun, you guys. Like, I feel like it purposely follows me everywhere I go. Whenever we're in the fucking car, no matter what side I'm on, the sun will hit only me every time. Even when we were in Mexico, I was like, look, Louie. I was like, look, the sun is just on my side and just on my window, burning me alive. I'm like, why, bitch? Like, literally, why? And I'm just like overall depressed. I feel like I'm the opposite of people, because people usually get depressed when the sun is gone.
Yeah.
I feel like I get angry and more irritated when the sun is out.
You've always been like that. You love gloominess.
I don't like the heat. Like, it pisses me off. And then yesterday it all made sense. I was like, ew, why did I move to Southern California where there's like literally no winter, no rain here? It's like, it's fucking sunshine every fucking day, and I'm super fucking pissed.
Why did I move to California like you lived somewhere else before?
No, why do we live in SoCal?
Oh, you're right.
Because we used to live up north in Watsonville.
That was beautiful.
And Watsonville's weather is so different. There will be fog in the morning. Like, I grew up with waking up with foggy, lloviendo el pastito mojadito. The streets a little mojaditas. And then later in the day, like around 12, the sun would come out. We'd have a little bit of sunshine, and it was great. And then after like around like 6, ya hacía frío.
Yeah, it would get cool again.
And you could put on your little hoodie.
Literally the perfect weather.
Be cozy. We had rain. We had a lot of rain, I think, last year, and there was even flooding. Mm-hmm. But there's no such thing as rain here. Like, I feel like it rained for 2 days, and I'm pretty sure that's the rain we're gonna get for the year.
I know.
Like, no joke.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a winter, bitch. It's already 90 degrees.
Our winter was like probably a week. It was like a little week where it was freezing, and then
I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" Like, I got irritated. So anyway. Going back to the fun fact, I was like, why the fuck is it so fucking caught? Why is it so hot in Southern California? Like, I went on an investigation and I ran into science. It basically said that there is this thing called like a high pressure. California is like in a high pressure point where the winds from the north, or the winds that are usually like in California, get pushed up north towards like Canada. So then what happens here is that there's not really like strong winds that help push the heat out. So what happens is that there's like kind of like this dome that gets created in California. It basically becomes like this big dome of pressure. So the sun throws heat on us, and the heat stays on the floor. And when it tries to like leave California and like get out, the pressure from the top pushes it down, so the pressure stays in like a little bolita. Like a little dome. No, literally, the pictures that I saw online were a literal dome of heat. And that's why California is so fucking hot. And because of that same pressure, it doesn't allow for clouds to form. That's why there's no shade.
I don't get it.
I was not getting into my scientific knowledge. Yeah, long story short, it's like a little dome of heat, and there's no clouds to protect us from the shade, because there's no fucking shade here, and there's no fucking rain here.
I want to know if you knew this fun fact. It just reminded me of kind of like what you're talking about right now. Did you know that there used to be a huge lake in California?
Yeah? What was it called?
I bet if Meg can search it up and find it. It was back in I don't know what. All of California, like in the middle of it, was this humongous lake that us as humans ended up draining the lake. and it dried out. So now it came back. I guess it's like existing again, but it's super tiny. But all of the middle of California was a humongous lake. And that's why Central California is like agricultural land, because it's like the soil was used to
it was like mojadito.
Yeah, so it was like used to growing a lot of shit, but we ended up drying it out, and now I guess we're on crack.
What, like we dried it because of the weather, or like
no, people were using the water for not for our own,
to like use it.
Yeah, so they ended up using so much of it that they dried it out. So that's why they say sometimes that like California can drown.
We can drown.
Something like that. Did you find the name of it? Lake Tular.
Lake Tular.
I don't know. If y'all know what I'm talking about, comment it down in the description box below.
But water is like a big ass issue, and I didn't realize it till we went to Mexico too. Our tia was telling us in Mexico, like there's no water.
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
That I guess the water in Mexico is like it's just not good water.
You just can't drink it.
So there's no water. She's like, no, you cannot drink water from the sink here.
It has to be the botella de agua or garrafón.
It has to be like very purified. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, we don't have it like that over there, but I wonder why.
I know.
We'll look into it next week. Another fun fact.
Going back to Yoatzi's like little mood thing, I am literally the complete opposite. If I wake up and the sun's out, it is a great day. I'm not kidding. If I wake up and it's gloomy, and I've tried to just be like, Louie, it's literally just the weather, grow up. But that's like me. I will be in such a bad mood. And I love the sun. I love being out. I love feeling the sun like burn my skin.
Like that. I love that during vacation. And like if I'm going to have a pool day, bring it. Mm-hmm. But me, I'm the opposite. So I'm laying down in my bed, right? Mm-hmm. And then tengo mis blinds bien pinches cerradas. I need to get blackout curtains at this point. But still through the cracks, the sun is on my face and I can see it. I'm like, bitch, I get so mad.
I can see that 100%.
I'll literally grab my blanket and I'm like, oh, and I'll put it over me and I'm like, fuck yeah. Like,
I'm pissed.
No, literally. I think also I do have triggers because the sun has done me dirty.
But y'all have beef.
We have beef. I used to be like really allergic to the sun.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to break out in like little, not hives, but little sunspots.
Sunspots,
and they would get really itchy and gross and bloody. And even if
let's scratch them right here.
Right here. And in my hand, recently it's not as bad. But I would even put sunscreen, bitch. And I was in high school when this would happen. And even my skin would start changing colors because of the stupid sunspots. And I was like, you fucking bitch. That, and then for a long time when I was getting my ocular migraines,
that would trigger it?
If the sun's reflection would go into one of my eyes, I'd be like, oh, and I'd get a fucking migraine.
Oh, shit, I remember that too.
So I feel like, yeah, me and the sun have beef.
Y'all literally have beef.
We have fucking beef. Why you fucking burn?
I'm like learning to love the cold weather. Like now I don't hate it. It's just it gets me in a bad mood and like a really like gloomy mood. But I was the exact same way, just complete opposite, where like the moment I see gloominess or rain or anything like that, I'd be in a horrible mood. Yeah, but now I'm starting to like appreciate it and love it. I wake up and I'm like, it sets the tone for like a slow day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like more of a chill day.
And I'm like, okay, like I'll just stay home and clean, or like I don't want to go out and get food with anybody. Just leave me alone.
Just like little cozy vibes.
So I'm like learning to love it, but I'm ready for summer, you guys.
I'm not.
Yes, I am.
It's already here. What do you mean you're ready? It's here.
I started seeing like the snow on the mountains and I was like, we're going to start our winter a little late. But it was literally cold here for like about a week. And then...
Bitch, the snow already melted.
Yeah, then we're back to summer and I'm so excited.
The only reason why I'm excited for summer is because I'll have my baby. Yeah. And my baby will have a lot of solecito. Oh, another fun fact. Well, it's not a fun fact, but so babies, when they're born, they need a lot of vitamin D. That's the sun. The sun, right? Porque a veces nacen amarillitos. They're called jaundice. What? So Travis was actually born very jaundice. That's what it's called.
Very yellow.
Very yellow.
Yeah.
It like progresses with time. Like after they're born and they're pink, but within the next like 3 or 4 days, they literally check their skin for the yellowness, and it'll be like your baby's jaundice. So the cure for jaundice is sun. You give them lots of sun. You make sure they're eating well. They're breastfeeding. They have to gain some weight. This happened with Ella too, but Travis was yellow as fuck, you guys. Like, yellow. But yeah, so I'm excited that the baby will be born in summer because I'll be able to like put him by the window and have him get all his little sun.
Baby's all planned.
So he can thrive.
Hey, maybe that's why you're always man.
Why?
Because you need vitamin D to be happy.
You're fucking jaundice, bitch.
No, like genuinely for me, if I don't get enough sun or I don't step out of my house at least once, the whole day I'll be in a really grumpy mood. I love to be like, even if I go to my backyard and I'm just like with the dogs.
Yeah.
I'll just be like,
no, but I told you the sun follows me everywhere I go. So I think I have too much vitamin D. I'm about to explode with vitamin D at this point.
Turn into the sun.
Yeah, I'm solecito with my little glasses.
Be all the one from, ¿cómo se llaman? Teletubbies.
Teletubbies. I'm like, oh, waking up. Okay, speaking about baby fun facts, I was going to say baby found one. Mev found another one. And I actually saw this one before, that in Scandinavian culture, countries like Sweden and Norway, they leave their babies out in the snow, like in the freezing cold snow. They do wrap them up in little like bundles.
Bundles, they're all selling them.
A little bundle, 2 for 1. Los amarran bien calientitos. But they leave them out in the snow because supposedly it helps with their immune system. Like it helps build their immune system.
Hey, I feel like this episode is going to be all about fun facts. I actually have another fun fact now that you told me about that.
For real? A ver, dinos.
Not about the immune system, but I heard, and see if any of y'all can like verify this or not. I heard that it is that when you are going to sleep, it is better to sleep with you being hot or warm than to be cold.
Shut up.
Because you are burning fat while you are sleeping.
Well, I'm also burning my sleep and I can't sleep.
Yes, because
that's interesting.
I heard that like it's not good for you to sleep like in a really cold room temperature.
Y estos bebés afuera en la pinche nieve.
They're all getting chunkier. No, I heard that like when our bodies are cold, well, obviously you're not producing. I mean, your body's not burning the fat because it's like wanting to like preserve and like keep your blubber. I imagine we're all
keep
sea
your
animals.
blubber.
But I heard that and I was like, what the heck? And I sleep in like freezing room.
I do too.
But it's because, no, you guys, if my room is even warm, I will not be able to sleep. I just can't.
It feels like me estoy ahogando.
Yeah.
Like
I rather
need to be cold.
I want it to be like so cold where like I'm under my blankets and I'm like,
yeah, me too.
Good.
Last night, Alex put the AC porque it was really, really hot. And I got to the house and I was like, oh my God, it's so cold upstairs. But I slept so cozy.
The bed.
I was like,
Yeah.
The only thing I do is I turn off the fan, the ventilator from my kids' room because I don't want them to get cold.
Yeah.
Because then they'll wake up with mosquitoes and shit.
No, fuck you, Yoatzi.
Why? At her house, it's a snow globe.
No, you start to sleep with a light on.
But we went to tell about the hotel.
I forgot to mention this.
Don't make fun of me,
When
man.
we were going to Mexico, we all stayed in a hotel room the night before so that we didn't have to drive to LAX the next morning. And we were going to sleep. Yoatzi and May were falling asleep already, and I was like on my bed and I was like watching a little movie on my phone. And I see May get up and he turns on a light. And then I thought he was going to use the restroom. So then I see him go back into the bed. And I was like, oh, May, you didn't turn off the light. He's like, oh, no, Yoatzi needs it to go to sleep. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, you still do that? Because when we were younger and we used to share a room together, she would always sleep with the TV on.
The TV.
Even with like no volume or like the tiniest bit of volume, but she would always leave it on.
I needed the light.
And I need to sleep in the pitch black.
Like, are you the type that gets irritated if you see that little like red flashing?
On my phone?
Yeah.
I mean, on my phone, on my TV. I don't even have a TV in my room. Yeah. I need to sleep in the pitch darkness. And when I used to have a TV in my room, the little red light would get on. I just had something in front of it to block that light.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. Like or I'll be dead asleep sometimes, you guys. And in my backyard, I have those automatic lights that turn on when like they detect movement.
Yeah.
So like my windows are like fully closed. But sometimes I'll have my eyes closed and I can see that light reflect through my eyelid. And then I'm like, well, one, I get scared because I'm like, is somebody in my house? And then two, I'm just like, bitch, the light. I just won't be able to sleep.
I feel like I just got used to having the light. Y cuando está pitch black, me da miedo.
It's
I don't
so
like
relaxing.
it. No, it's so scary. I'm like, hello? Like, if I absolutely have to, I will. Pero me da miedo.
I know, like,
like
after I called her out in the room about it, she's like, it's okay, man, you can turn it off. And I was like, no, you guys can leave it on. I was like, I'm just more like, it's funny that you
like,
still have to do that.
I have to. And like, in my house, we don't have a little nightlight, but we do have a closet. So we just leave the closet light on all night, like the whole night, and until the morning, till Meg gets up and he turns it off. But I need it. Not even my kids.
I know. Travis is like,
no. They also have like a little night light, but because we have to see them in the cameras and make sure they're okay throughout the night. But I also need my little nightlight.
I hate you.
My big ass nightlight.
You're all grown.
Es que qué tal si viene un pinche monstruo y no lo puedo ver. That's why. You know who else is like that?
Who?
My mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mommy also needs her little lights in her room. So
I think she thinks I'm like that too, because like there was a point where she bought me a bunch of night lights and she would place in my house. And I was like,
ripping them off.
Took them off because I was like, you don't need night lights.
Yeah, no, I fucking need night lights. I
bet tell me your fucking rant. Earlier you said you had to rant to me about something.
I have a rant that I was like, I get irritated. So it comes from social media. It's from the comment section.
And below.
From TikTok. And I try to like not look at the comments, you know, because a veces I'm like, I know it's just a bunch of trolls.
Yeah.
But no, I want your insight into it, and maybe you can like give me insight as to how the trolls think. Because you know how sometimes I'll be like, Louie, it doesn't make sense. You're like, well, this is how they think. They're pendejas, you know?
Okay.
Okay, so as you know, I'm on my third child. Mm-hmm. But for whatever motherfucking reason, I posted a TikTok just for fucking shits and giggles and fun, little cute stuff. Mm-hmm. I recorded it with me, and it was just us dancing, being like, us happy because we're done having kids before we're 30. Mm-hmm. That was it. That's just plain and simple. I'm excited. I'm 29. I'm going to be 30 by the end of the year. Pero ya acabé con mis niños. Like nothing serious, nothing deep. Bitch, the comment section. What? I only saw like the first couple comments, and then I was like, oh, I'm not reading them anymore because it's a bunch of trolls. Yeah. People basically being like, well, I would have stopped 2 if I would have had like more than 3. Or like I would have stopped if you had like 2 baby daddies.
Like just whatever. Like bash you for having
bashing me for having kids. Yeah. But I think the one that irritates me the most is that people feel entitled to bash me for having 3 kids. Like that doesn't make sense, right? Like people swear that I'm having not even the ring, just the fact that like if I'm having like 1,000 kids.
Oh, like okay, yeah, like, I've definitely seen those that people think people in their heads make it seem like 3 is a lot.
Yeah, and I'm like, are you like okay? Like it's literally only 3 kids. Mm-hmm. It's not a lot. And then I do see comments defending me, being like, bitch, like she is doing good financially. She can take care of her kids. Like, why the fuck are y'all so pressed? Yeah. But people just like come at me for having 3 kids como si fueran 10. Yeah. And I'm like, bitch, it's 3. It's literally 3.
I think it's a lot of literally what you just said is just trolls. I feel like people with like common brains don't really comment things like that.
I feel like I have a common brain.
Like, I mean like a common sense kind of brain because like I have seen people like in mine where like sometimes I'll joke around. I'm like, Yoatzi is like on our 100th kid. But I know it's like a joke between us. But I've seen comments where people straight up will be like, oh my God, she's on her 3rd kid. Yeah. And I'm like, and the reason I say that I think their brains aren't just like wired correctly is because a lot of us as like Latinos, we come from families with big families. Dude, like I'm almost guaranteed that if you ask your abuelita or your mommy, your tia, your tío, there's somebody in your family who truly has a lot of kids.
I probably have like 10.
And it's just, I mean, it's not a bad thing with us. With like the way that we grew up, family is a really big part of our culture. Like it's huge, family. And we love. Like even my mom told us that like she only had us 3, but she says she always dreamed of having like hella kids.
Yeah, and she wanted a 4th, but just her timeline, you know, didn't really work out. But
even like our mom's family, she has a lot of brothers, and my dad's also, and like I know friends who like it's just, and that's why like at family gatherings there ends up being so many primos and primas. It's like fun. The fun part. But I have seen people like try to bash you about being like, oh my God, you have so many kids, but I'm like, 3 is not a lot of kids.
No, and I think that what gets to me too is that there's so many other content creators that have the same amount of kids as I do, but I only get shit. Me, and I've seen some other content creator that I follow, and she also gets hella shit. But I'm like, dude, ¿qué les importa? At the end of the day, like, I am doing so good. My kids have such a good quality of life. Like, I'm able to provide for them. They're happy. They're thriving.
Yeah.
Pero I don't understand that type of brain. I just do not comprehend it.
It's priorities. Like, I feel like everybody's priorities are different. And for some people, I mean, whether we like it or not, people are going to hate the fact that you don't have a ring.
Oh, that too, dude. It's like, I mean, it's like the number one thing that people were like, be like, well, that's that 3 kids and no ring. And I'm like, bitch, I think what bugs me the most about that is that I chose to be a little bit more closed off with my relationship after everything that people like want to give their opinion about. But I feel like me and Alex are in such a great spot in our relationship, probably the best it's like ever been. And I feel like this pregnancy made us even closer. Yeah. But people think that because we don't have that ring, our relationship is shit. Our relationship is awful.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that people have their priorities wrong, where there could be somebody in those comments who probably feels like her life is perfect because she has a ring. But it could be where her and her husband are just not in good terms.
Right. And your husband's probably fucking cheating on you.
No, and it's like she could have her husband, but they also may not have a house.
Right.
And it's just like, or their kids maybe don't have like the most. So that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's priorities are different. So for somebody, I mean, like you said, you own a house, your kids are perfectly well off, they're financially great. Yeah. My mom helps you, my dad, we're all loving of your family.
Yeah.
And for some people, they're like, no, that's not enough. You need the ring.
Right.
But then that's what I'm saying. Also, our priorities, like, not everyone's priorities are right. Because for me, I would say, as long as you're financially stable, you're able to provide for your family and your kids are well taken care of, that to me is a priority.
Yeah.
The ring can always come as long as your guys' relationship is still good and you guys aren't doing some stupid shit.
Right.
Then everything in my eyes is fine. You guys get married on your own time.
Yeah.
But then on somebody else, they're like, bitch, I don't care if I don't have this or that. I need my ring. And now my priority is straight. Like, you know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So that's why I feel like everybody's priority is different, and you're never going to make everybody happy.
Right.
And like you said, there's even people in your comments who are like, 3 is not a lot of kids. Or people being like, okay, well, I mean, she's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just a matter of either 1, people trying to find something to pick on, or 2, people's priorities just being
different.
Yeah,
completely different. Y también too, I think right now having this convo with you made me kind of give it a little bit more outside perspective, that when we do content, people just will look for anything to pick at. So if they'll be like, fuck, if I can't pick at her for her not having a house or not having a boyfriend or all this, what else can I pick at? Oh, she doesn't have a ring. Let me bring that up. Like that type of shit.
Well, it's like with me where like something as simple as like when I told you guys about me getting my glasses.
Oh, yeah.
And I have like a really nice car and like a house and everything, but people are like, pay all that money, you're going there for your glasses. I'm like, okay, why is that a bad thing?
Yes.
Like, it's just like, I think what they were trying to get at is being like, you don't actually live a good lifestyle if you are going to these things. And I'm like, no, it's just that I'd rather not spend my money on the same fucking appointment I'm going to get anywhere I go.
Right.
So it's just, I mean, for somebody, having a better eye doctor is a priority than anything else that you own.
Than having a house.
But I was going to ask you too, how do you feel about blocking and deleting comments? I used to not do that, but I am on a road now where one of my friends from social media was like ranting to me about it. And then I was like, you're so right. They were like, why do I have to put up with people's stupid comments if this is my page? And then I was like, wait, you're right. I was like, this is my world. Like, my page is my world. And I'm like, I post on there what I want. And if I most of the time I don't give a fuck, and I don't really look through the comments when they're bad. I'll just look through like anybody who's like leaving good stuff and like engage with them. But for the bad one, I'll just be like, eh. But there are times now where like I'll reach them that I'm like, bitch, I'm just gonna delete it, or I block them.
I think I'm just traumada.
For what?
Because we've been on social media for such a long time. I don't know if you remember back in the day when we would get hate people would obviously like catch on to it. And if we deleted comments, they'd be like, she's deleting comments. She can't handle the hate.
Yeah, I remember that.
So,
like just be like, we won.
Yeah. People be like, she can't handle the hate. She's deleting comments. So I think it's just trauma from that, that like I'll literally in my head, I will see the mean comments and a big part of me wants to delete them. But in my head, I'm like, no, they're going to tell me shit for deleting them. Or they're going to come back and be like, she's deleting my comments. Like it's literally trauma. Yeah. That's how I see it. But you're right. I have not thought about just like blocking and deleting that stuff.
Like if somebody does, it's because look, the way that I see it is like, and this should be for anybody, like even if in your day-to-day basis or if you have bullies at school and shit like this is happening, I feel like if you're telling me some shit that I don't want to hear and I'm like, okay, like you're annoying me, then I'll just either block or delete it. And if they come back and like, he's bothering you, I'm like, no, it's just you're annoying the fuck out of me. Like you're really annoying. You're fucking annoying. And if they continue to like come back and do it, then I'm like, bitch, that's a you problem now. Because if you feel that fucking and like that you have to keep coming back, then that's like a you thing. Why am I worried about it?
Like, sácate pa' allá.
Yeah, I'd just be like, I don't give a fuck.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna do that. So if you guys see no negative comments on my content, that's why. I deleted them all.
Alex just asked us and he was like, would y'all ever date a hater? No.
I did in my past. A hater.
And I befriended a hater.
And just seeing their thought process really threw me off.
Me too.
Because I was dating a person I didn't know was a hater. And I was scrolling on social media. Coincidentally, we ran into the same post. You know, when you go look at comments, it'll show you if your friend or somebody familiar to you comments, their comment will pop up first.
Oh, yeah.
So I went and I saw their fucking name and it was a hate comment. I don't remember what it said, but I was like, ew, what the fuck is this? And why am I associated to you? Yeah. So I like went, I had a conversation and I was like, but why do you like feel the need to do this? Yeah. Like, that's gross. It's like embarrassing. They're like, well, it's just like online. Like nobody's going to see it. I'm like, somebody is going to see it. ¿Y qué sacas de ahí? It's just funny. Like, bitch, that is not funny. Like,
wait, I'm confused. Gross. Like, they were left it to you or to somebody else?
To somebody else.
Oh, I was talking about like to me personally.
Oh, I was talking about like me seeing I was dating somebody who was like hating on just the world on another random person.
That's even, in my opinion, that's uglier. Because if it's to me, then I'd be like, but like to somebody else and I'm seeing random. Them do it. Yeah, that's.
And I was just trying to like figure out like why. Yeah. But this person already had a lot of red flags, so I knew it was part of their little red flags. Yeah. But I was literally mind blown, and I made him delete it. I was like, delete that shit. You don't want that shit.
Yeah. Another one before I see my story. Another one that I'll never understand, like brain chemistry, is people who are friends or put up with people who are like that.
Like they allow that type of behavior.
Yeah. Like I've been around people. Like even I've met people who were friends with somebody who was like just saying really nasty things. For like an example, I've had a couple interactions where like somebody will recognize me and they'll come up to me for a picture very excited, and whoever they're with will say some really out of pocket shit, like, or just start saying shit to me.
What the
And most of the time I just ignore it, but sometimes I will say something back, and the person who has like asked me for a picture will ignore it or just like not say anything about it. And like I'm not saying it in a sense where like I'm like, please stand up for me, because like no, I can stand up for myself, but I'm saying like, if this sounds and it looks like it's something that you're used to and this person just being like that, like I'm just like, I don't understand how you can be surrounded with people like that.
And then like, people make that connection of like, if he's like that, you're probably like that too.
Yeah, because you are who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I don't understand like how I've seen it happen so many times in friend groups where like someone's saying some like out of pocket shit, and the other one, even if they don't agree with it, they'll just like not say anything about it.
They're just kind of used to it.
But I'm like, if I was like in that scenario or something where like, if somebody I was associated with started bullying or saying some shit to somebody, I'd be like, bitch,
don't fucking say that
like,
shit.
It's just a little more like, because it's one thing. I'm not saying that everybody in their world is like a fucking angel and you never have a negative thought in your head, but it's very much the saying like, if you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all, to like, especially to like randoms or something like that, you know. But I've definitely seen that, and it makes me question the people's brain chemistry.
So you said that you've had a friend who like would hate on you.
I've had a couple.
Yeah, like just straight up hater.
In the past, where
Adam.
I know, I'm like, he was just here recently. No, I've had a few in the past where befriended them. And one of them I knew they were a hater before we became friends.
Oh,
and
shit.
one of them I found out as we were friends. This is nobody that y'all will probably know. But I think this happened to me because growing up, I didn't have a lot of friends. So I couldn't pick up on those red flags right off the bat. But with one of them, it was weird how it started because they started off as like a straight up hater. Like just they didn't like me for whatever reason.
What the fuck?
And my dumbass befriended them.
Oh, because you wanted friends.
I know, but it's like so funny to me where like now I'll tell some of like my friends and I'm like, I don't know how that happened, but like they straight up were like, bitch, like they wanted to beat me up and shit.
Damn.
And I ended up befriending them and we ended up being like pretty good friends. Well, quote unquote friends for like a good while. But I was just like, I don't understand how I allowed that to happen. And like it that one messed with my brain chemistry too. Because it went from like them full on hating me to when we became friends, them like
loving you
unconditionally.
Obsessed.
Yeah, to the point where I was like, okay, like I need to end this friendship.
Like, fuck off.
But like that's why I'm saying like it really messed with my brain because I'm like, that's why I say you guys, your haters are like your biggest fans. Because this person full on wanted to beat my ass. Like they wanted to beat me up and they hated me so much for no reason. And when we became friends, they became like obsessive. And we're such a like big friend that like I would honestly say they were obsessed with me.
Damn.
To a point where I was like, okay, this is like really weird now. And they took care of me really well.
Like cuidando like a baby.
It was just I'm saying we're like how do you that's why I feel like the saying comes from like your haters are your biggest fans, because how do you go from hating me so much that you wanted to like literally beat me up to the point where like they were so overprotective over me, and like even to like
that's fucking weird.
Right? And that's why I was like, okay,
like te tenían tanto pinche coraje
to like love me after.
To like love you.
But I mean, I am like a good person. Maybe that's
how could you not love me?
No, and then there was another one where this person that I was friends with, I didn't find out about the whole hating until the friendship continues to escalate. It was just like little comments, little things that were being said, and I started picking up on them.
Like throwing low blows.
I
hate that shit.
And the moment I started like distancing from them is where they really started showing their true colors, and it was really. And
ugly. You were like, I knew you were fake as fuck.
Yeah, but what's funny is that a lot of people would tell me. A lot of people would call it out and just be like, "Hey, like that relationship with that person's a little weird, no?" And I'd be like, "No, why?"
No,
and
we love each other.
It's like friendships to me really is like a relationship.
Yeah.
So I feel like the way sometimes we could be blinded with love with our significant other, I feel like it could be like that with friendships too.
100%.
Where people were pointing things out and I didn't see it until after I finally started taking a step back and they really showed their true colors. But I was like, oh my God, how did I not see any of these red flags while we were friends?
I feel like that happens a lot of times in friendships. Like, well, friendships and relationships. You don't notice things until you take a little step back. And then you're like, you see it from a different point of view. And you're like, oh my God, why the fuck was I allowing this for like so long?
Yeah.
You know what else I think is like a big ass mind fuck when it comes to like friendships?
What?
Jealous friends.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think I have ran into I've personally had one, but I had a friend. I mean, we still talk, pero ya también no mucho because of distance and stuff like that. But so this girl that I was friends with had another friend that every time I hung out with my friend, she would be blowing up her phone. Blowing up her phone like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you responding? And then me and my friend would post on our stories that we were together and she'd be like, oh my God, I knew it. That's why you're not responding to me, because you're with somebody else. But that somebody else was like, you're with Yoatzi, bitch.
Yeah.
And like very like envidiosa vibes and very like, and then it's crazy because my friend, she trusted and told me all this. I'm like, bitch, you shouldn't have told me that because then I'm not going to like her, you know? But she would throw just like low blows, like be like, my friend would be like, hey, like, let's hang out. She's like, no, I'm good. Like, she would literally be pissed and jealous because she hung out with me. Like, if it was almost like a relationship and she cheated with me. Like, took it really, really serious, though.
Yeah.
And it was really awkward. And I had never met the jealous friend ever up until one random time. She was like, hey, let's go to like a little, we went to like this little club or whatever. And she was like, oh, but she told me, she was like, my one jealous friend is going to go. Oh my God. And I was like, oh shit, for real? And I was like, well, this is the first time I'm going to meet her. So like, I don't care.
So y'all weren't a trio.
We weren't a trio.
You were just a friend of the friend.
Yes, I didn't know the other girl. I just knew that she didn't like me, I guess, because I would take her friend sometimes.
Yeah.
But it was super weird when I met her. I thought she was gonna give me bad vibes, que me iba a hacer ojos, something crazy. She turned so like a little snail in a shell. No, she literally, when she saw me, I was like, hi. And I was like, nice to meet you. Like, I've heard a lot about you. Blah, blah, blah. She was like, hi. Just like se escondió in like a little shell, bitch.
You should have put sal.
I was like, and I was like, do I like intimidate her or what happened? I expected something like for her to be like, hey, like eye roll, like, you know, attitude. Yeah. But no, the complete opposite happened. And then the whole night she was being weird. I was even trying to be friendly, like, let's take a shot like this. And she's just being like weird, very like, she was like escondida. So then the next day I told my friend and I was like, I didn't think she was going to be like that. Like, what happened? She was like, oh, she was just really anxious the whole night. I was like, oh, I probably made her feel anxious, although I didn't mean to do that. And then I saw her one other time. We went to another party together. Y ya esta vez she was a little bit more like loose, like more Man, what happened?
Sorry, y'all. The freaking camera stopped filming again.
It's May's fault.
Where'd you leave off that? You saw her again?
I saw her for the second time. Yeah, the second time I tried being as like chill as possible to not make her feel uncomfortable, even though I knew how she felt about me. Mm-hmm. But at the end, I was like giving her little shots to like ease her anxiety. And I was like, let's just like be chill. Y ya after that, I never heard anything else about her like being a hater.
Yeah.
But she was like a crazy jealous friend.
Mm-hmm. I've never had a friend like that. And I've heard so many horror stories of like friends. Possessive jealous friends. Yeah. There's even movies about that. Yeah. But I've never had a friend like that. And qué bueno. I don't know what I would do. I don't think
I would honestly be like, ew, bye, leave.
Cause from my understanding with those kind of friends is like, they tend to be really good friends, very supportive. They're there for you a lot. Like they have every green flag when it comes to being a friend. But because they're almost like attached to you, and then it becomes like where they see you as like a possession.
You think they like fall in love with you almost?
I think in a way, I feel like people who have that maybe just, I'm that kind of friend. I was going to say it's maybe people who didn't grow up having a lot of friends, or they're scared of being alone, or maybe
they have like attachment
issues, or like maybe their parents just weren't like a good role model, not a good role model, just like a good like person in their lives, where like they finally find someone and they feel like they're like, yay. And maybe when like another friend comes in, they feel threatened, like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose them or something. Mm-hmm. They're scared of being replaced.
Do you remember that movie? You probably didn't watch it, called The Roommate.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it was about that, no?
Yes, that was very much about like attachment.
Their friend became like obsessed with her, and then like at the end wanted to kill her the girl's boyfriend because she was so obsessed with her friend.
That's right. I've even heard where like it'll happen with like the partners.
Oh yeah, like they get jealous about their partner.
Yeah, where they're like, so we're not gonna spend time together anymore.
Guys, I would say if you are in a situation that you have a jealous friend, I wouldn't put up with it. I feel like that's not healthy.
Yeah. I've never heard like a good outcome with that either.
Yeah, that's not healthy. You know, you should be able to have as many friends as you want, have a good relationship without somebody like trying to intervene any new relationship that comes your way.
Yeah.
So if you're stuck in a situation like that, I would say run. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not good at all.
In general. This is really weird, but I wanted to talk about it super quick. Right now that you were talking about like hate comments and all of that. I know there's a lot of you who watch us, and I constantly get messages about people who want to start social media. And although we do get a lot of hate comments, definitely
we don't get that many.
I was going to say the love outbalances.
Yeah.
And I think that's for everybody. So if there's anybody on here listening who's been wanting to do social media and you're scared of like getting hate or just comments like that, I will say no matter what, I'm so sorry, my love, if I'm the one to break it to you, but you are going to get hate no matter what.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something mean. I was like,
I know.
It's not going to happen.
I'm like, don't do it. All right. No, you are going to get hate. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
But I think that's where like you just have to be prepared for it, and nobody's immune to it. Everyone has different ways of like coping with it, which is for me, I just don't read it. Like, I'll see it, but I'm just like, I don't let it go deeper than what it needs to be. Or I started deleting comments, or I just ignore it. And I'm just like, it's all about protecting my peace.
Yeah.
Because I used to leave them on there too, where I was just like, I don't want to delete them, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, bitch, why am I feeling unsafe in my own space?
Yeah. And
why,
like you said, it's your world.
Like, for example, your TikTok. Why would you? It was a funny, fun. It was a funny, fun video that you wanted to film. Why do you have to go look at it and not want to open the comments?
Exactly.
On your video.
You're so right. Oh my God.
Because that's what it got to, like at some point where it got to the point where it's like, I don't even want to look at certain things or open certain things or like good things or like, just certain hate comments would like dim the light of something that was just so innocent or fun or funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I letting somebody's stupid ass interpretation of something ruin what it originally was?
100%.
Just because that's their interpretation doesn't mean that's with the intention that you did it or it should be taken that way, But if you guys ever want to do that, just know there is going to be that kind of shit, but just do it. And
who cares? I mean, it does take some time to grow that really thick skin.
Yeah.
But at least you're going in with the mindset of like, hey, people are going to hate on me, but I don't give a shit. Try to go in with that mindset already.
And I saw this video on my TikTok. I wish I would remember her name, but it was this girl who was like, she basically was doing like a get ready with me. Trying to see if I remember. She was basically doing a get ready with me. She didn't have a lot of followers. I don't think she even had I think she was barely getting like 1,000 followers and stuff. Like she was growing because of this video. But she was like, babe, like I've been wanting to be a content creator. But she was like, I'm like trying to film all these perfect things, but they all fucking come out so bad. Like I hate that. Like I can't do it right. It was basically just getting ready while ranting. But just so like organically, this bitch is so funny. And she's just talking, like ranting about how like she's trying to be a content creator. But I'm like, literally just you being your personality is what made like, and the video had hella likes. I think it had like 200,000 likes.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, it just shows where like she said she was trying before, like getting all the good angles and filming all these things and trying to be like, and she was like, it's just not doing good. And she does one video where the phone was literally, I'm sure it was just in front of her like little makeup spot. And she was like, bitch, fuck this shit. Blah, blah, blah. Just doing all this stuff. And it ended up being funny as fuck. And I was just like, it just shows where like,
she was being her authentic self. I love that.
if you guys want to do like social media, like worry about just having fun with it. All that other shit comes later on. Obviously, it'll be amazing if you can start off with like a great camera and all this other whole shebang and like perfect as lights or whatever. But like what really gets people's attention is, just you showing your personality. And even if you don't want to be on social media for personality, say it's like you do interior design or you do just something, just showing people something, a part of you is what really gets people's attention. Almost never it's about what you're filming with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then later on, y'all can worry about buying a light and a camera and all this fancy.
It literally just takes a fucking iPhone, la luz de tu cocina, y ya está bien.
Yeah.
No, literally. It's like all it takes.
Yeah, but I just wanted to like retouch on that because that video popped up in my head, and then I just remembered like the whole like comment thing where, people are always going to have something to say, but you are always going to have a community or people who are just enjoying what you're
and are going to be rooting for you. You know what else I stopped doing and I'm really sad about?
Twerking.
That. I can't twerk no more. I literally can't. Lives. I stopped going live.
I see it, so you know. I'm over here talking about don't let the hate get to you.
But for the exact same reason, not because the comments would get to me, but it was just like, like for real. Like, it's just like the repetitiveness of what they say.
Oh, on the live.
I would just kind of get over it. I was like, it would drain my energy. And I'd just be like, here we go. And as much as like you try to ignore it, sometimes, people will spam you on purpose and they'll just copy and paste the same comment over and over and over until you respond to it. No, literally. I just got over it. And yesterday, May was like, I was getting ready. He's like, you're going to go live? Or like 2 days ago, you're going to go live? And I was like, no. Like, why not? Like, go live. And then he even brought me a little charger so I could go live. And then I was like, I was like, look, it's either I'm going to waste my energy on haters right now or I'm going to watch Grey's Anatomy. I was like, I'm going to watch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it after and I was like, fuck, I used to be on a roll with lives and I used to like have so much fun with them. Even if I didn't have viewers, I didn't give a fuck. I had so much fun. Yeah. So I low-key miss it. So I might go back.
I also do want to say thank you to you guys who don't have to, but I've seen take the time to stand up for us sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Like I said, you definitely do not have to, and it's not something you have to do. But I've seen times where, like, I've gotten a hate comment over something that people misunderstood or just wanted to pick at me for it. And I'll see people replying and be like, actually, it's this, or actually, you're fucking dumb because that doesn't make sense. And it's like, it means a lot to me because you guys literally do not have to do that. You don't have to take the time out of your day to do that. And it's like, it technically is my own battle to fight.
Right.
But when I see somebody say something for me, I'm like, like it means a lot to me.
Mucho.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, my favorite is when somebody tries to say some dumbass shit and then somebody replies to them clapping back. And then that one gets more likes than the hate one. Yeah. I'm like, ándale,
estúpida, no sabes ni hablar, pendeja.
Yeah.
But isn't it like crazy, Louie, when you really think about it in a bigger picture? Isn't it crazy that a whole bunch of people that we don't know, like, genuinely, like, love us?
Yeah, it's more crazy when we see you guys in person.
That to me is, like, crazy. And then there will be people be like, oh, I'm sorry to bug you. And I'm like, bitch, you're not bugging. Yeah. Like, it's more of like we just ran into some girls that were very, very sweet. She was like, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to, like, bug your you time. And I was like, no. And I was like, I actually, like, really love meeting you guys because it's just like a mind fuck that you guys have known what we do and, like, love us from a distance. But we don't even, like, meet a lot of you. So when we do, I'm like, oh my God, hello. Yeah. Like, we already have a connection.
Yeah. You know what my favorite is? I always find it funny.
When they punch you.
Big haters.
Like, shut up.
No, my favorite, because I think it's funny, but it's also just, like, my favorite to pick at. I love when, like, a shy person comes say hi.
Oh, why?
Not necessarily, like, shy, but it's, like, because obviously you and I are very, like, crazy. We're very out there. And, like, the personality, I mean, in person, I'm a shy person as well. So I can see, that's why I feel like I like picking at it, because I can see where it's coming from. Sweet. But when somebody's, like, really shy and they're just like, hi, like, can I get a picture? Or, like, they don't really want to talk to me. I'm like, babe, you know you're exactly like me. That's why you watch my shit. But you're just, like, shy.
Yeah, don't hide it.
I like to, I'll just, like, try to say some funny shit or, like, try to poke it out of them, because they'll come at me like bien inocente with the fucking halo in their hand.
They're like,
can I get a picture? I'm like, ya cállese usted.
Show me your real self.
But it's because I'm like, no, babe, if you're watching us or you're watching me or just, like, anything that I do, I know there's, like, inside of you is a personality similar to mine. It's just, you're just a little more shy. But I also don't want to scare y'all to think that if you're shy, I'm going to fucking put you on blast like that. No, it'll just be little comments where it's just like, funny.
It made me think of one of our cousins.
Who?
I don't want to say her name.
Oh, I know.
One of our girl. It's a boy. I mean, it's, it's a girl.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I'll show you. Hold on, you guys.
I already know.
We're going to talk shit. I'm just kidding. Don't look, eh? Oh, it all auto-corrected it to something else.
I already knew.
I love her.
Dumbass.
So we have a cousin, and she's, like, very shy. I think when we first started talking to her,
Dude barely even talk.
No hablaba, le daba bien harta vergüenza. And then Louie would, like, start picking on her, like, not in a bad way, but be like,
you see, like, it now, because I'm super llevadito with her.
Like, tries to take her out of her shell.
Yeah.
And it's crazy now compared to how when we met her, que ni hablaba.
Yeah.
And she already knew cómo éramos nosotros. But, like, the way that Louie, like, took her out of her shell, and now she'll make little jokes too.
Yeah, she'll say funny ass shit.
Yeah, and I feel more comfortable, like, telling her jokes, and she just laughs the whole time. It just made me think of her. I love her.
Because she shows us a lot of love. Like, she's
the sweetest
ever. And we love her. But she's super, like, loving. She's super, like, supporting, and, like, she's just great. But, like, she was always just like,
like, she would text us a lot.
Oh my God, yeah.
And in text, we would have, like, these long convos, and, like, you would think she was a very talkative person. But then when we would see her in person, not give it.
No, she'd be like
she wouldn't even look at us.
Yeah.
Se escondía.
But it's like, well, the more that, like, we would spend time with her and stuff, like, I was just like, no, babe, I know you're like us. So then I just, like, cotorreo with her more. We started saying more jokes and stuff with her now. And, like, now, I feel like she just needed to feel, like, the safe and comfortable to, like,
that she could be herself, and she could be, like, crazy.
Yeah. Like, so it's just like, it's funny, but
yeah,
I feel like that's kind of definitely my my favorite. So
that's so cute.
I'm trying to think of, like, a recent time, because I feel like somebody came up to me recently. Oh, It's because I was at a store shopping by myself. Right, all specific. I was at a store shopping, and this mom comes up to me, and she's like, "Oh, like sorry to bug. It's because my daughter wants to know if she can get a picture with you." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So I'm like looking for the daughter, and the daughter's like right behind the mom.
Yeah,
like,
when they like hide like behind the clothes.
And I was like, "Babe, no es pa tanto." I was like, "I'm not gonna bite you." So then the girl starts like laughing, and then I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And she's like, and she wasn't talking to me. And then I forgot what I said. I don't know. But basically, I was just like, you can talk to me, right? Yeah. Like, but it was funny because she was all hiding behind the mom, too. But even the mom was like, I've never seen her this quiet. Aww. But I was like, I get being shy, but I'm just like, it's just cute. It's like a cute, funny thing.
Yeah. No, the same girls that I just met, too, that I was literally just talking about. Her friend or her sister, I think it was her friend, she came up to me to say hi. She's like, well, I just want to say hi because my sister really wants to say hi, but she's really like shy. And she was like hiding behind one of the little like de ropa, like just hiding behind. And when her friend called her out, she just started pushing her cart forward. She's like, hi. I was like, oh, another way. They think we're like, yeah, we're all going to eat them.
I think one of the funniest ones that I got not that long ago, I was at a store again, bitch. I swear I'm always like
same.
And some girl wanted to like ask. Well, she did ask me for a picture, but I just remember I was shopping, and I like passed by a girl, and all I hear is, "Hey, Marley." Shut the fuck up. No and I way. Literally, it just made me crack up immediately because I knew exactly what they were talking about. But it's because like when we say like that, we would see like a girl that was like a baddie or something. It would be like, "Hey, Marley." Hey, Marley. But it was so funny because it was like they didn't tell me directly. I think like waited until I passed, and all I heard was, "Hey, Marley." So they turned around, and then she's like, "Hi, Louie." So then we like took a picture, or whatever.
That's cute.
But it was just hella funny
when they
like,
know the lingo.
Yeah,
that's really cute.
Yeah, it was hella funny.
You know what? I was just staring at your little vaquita shoes.
Because you look like one?
No, it's because me and Nea raided his closet when he threw my little baby shower. Because me and Andrea were fucking cold. It got really cold, like, I don't know. We're like, so we went to go raid his closet. We're all looking through his little purses. It's because we're like, oh, shit. We've never seen, like, a lot of his, like, cute little accessories.
It's because I don't wear a lot of my shit, you guys.
Yeah, so we're all looking at your purses and your shoes. And Andrea was like, the fuck are these shoes? He's never worn these shoes before. And I just think it's crazy that we just saw them and we were like, yeah, he's never worn those fucking shoes. Like, why does he even have them? Y te los pusiste.
They look like Heelys, no?
No, they look like vaquitas.
Touch it. That's why I don't wear them, because their hair. I'm like, it's real cow.
They start mooing them. Ooh.
I know.
What made you get those shoes?
Because they're chunky and they hold up my big baggy jeans. And because they're so cute. Are they not cute? No, it's because I thought they were so cute. And then if you touch them, you guys, it's not real vaca. But if you touch it, it feels like a vaca.
It feels like a sheep.
But that's why I don't wear them, because if I drop anything on them, ya no se va a limpiar.
Oh, you're right. That's going to be like such a bitch to take out, huh?
But I thought they were so cute and they were different.
Yeah, in case you guys are listening and not watching, he's wearing these big chunky Heelys.
And they do look from the front.
They have little cow print.
Yeah.
Did we ever have Heelys?
Yes,
you did.
I always was like,
wait, I did too.
Yeah, I love my
Back
Heelys.
again with pinche Juliana Merendona, she had everything.
Ahí está Juliana.
Pinche Julie. So when we were little, I'm telling you, her mom would buy her like the newest of the newest.
Yeah.
This bitch came home with these bubblegum pink with baby blue Barbie Heelys. And she comes, she's like,
oh, I remember which ones.
And then
because they used to have characters on them.
Yes, they had Barbie. And I was like, oh my God, bitch. And I was like, what is that? And she was like, she presses the little button on the side.
Yo, the fucking hard ass button to press. You were like, con la uña.
You would press the hard button. She was like, or with her heel, she was like,
yeah.
And then the fucking heel, the wheels just come out and she just starts like,
those
like
are
rolling
my favorite.
away.
I want some now.
And I was like, oh my God, those are so cool. She's like, yeah, they're called Heelys. And I was like, bitch, best believe I told Mampa and Machayo.
Yeah.
And then like a few days later, they took me to the store and they bought me the same ones, but mine were Bratz. They were
and
purple.
Mine were Spider-Man.
Yes. And I think Louie was like, yo también quiero.
And then later on, the more like evolved Heelys came out where they were like actual shoes and you would just put the little wheel in there.
Yes.
Remember? Like you would have a key and you could pop it off. You don't want to use them. And then when you leave, you'd be like,
you're right.
Like, oh,
those shoes were sickening. Yeah. We actually just saw a mocoso I don't remember where they were in the calle though, and they were wearing Heelys. Like they put the heel up and they were just like,
I want Heelys.
And I was like, you think Travis would like those? And I was like, no.
I miss being very like outdoorsy, you guys, but I'm really scared to hurt myself. But I miss riding. I have a penny board. I miss riding my penny board. I miss riding my skateboard. I miss riding bikes. I have a fucking hoverboard that I've never used because I'm scared. I think Alex bought it and I want it, and I still have it there. And I always look at it and I'm like,
one day
I want to, but dude, I feel like I am going to eat it so bad. And
No.
I know, knock on wood, but I literally have my penny board too, and I always stare at it. I'm like, I want to ride my penny board.
do it.
I'll be like, ah.
He comes with a big ass neo raspa. He's like, well, I rode the penny board.
It's because when I was like a young teen, I would fall a lot. Like
Shut
I would,
up.
yeah, but like it was part of the game. Like I was just like, I don't care. Like I would
Y te
fall,
vale.
y me raspaba, and like I remember one time I almost thought I sprained my arm because I felt really bad. So like I remember about all those times now, and I'm like, it's not worth it anymore.
I actually was just thinking that I haven't fallen like una bien pinche caída in years.
I knock on wood.
And well, I don't want to fall right now when I'm pregnant, but I haven't. No, I said no. Pero no me he caído in such a long time. And I'm like
You don't
terrified
want
of like when I actually do eat shit, I'm going to eat it like Marlene or something.
Like Marlene when she like fucking broke her pata.
And Marlene brings like everything, bitch.
Knock on wood again. One of my biggest fears. It almost gives me like
Que se te va a caer el diente.
similar to that. Like me da cosa. Like every time I think about it, it grosses me out so bad. One of my biggest fears is me falling and breaking my teeth. Whether they were veneers or not.
Specific.
It's not even about like the pain that I think is gonna come with it. Just the idea of like how easy your teeth can break.
It's
And whether-
trauma from when you broke mine.
I know, like whether or not I had veneers, I feel like I would still have this. Like I just feel like I always get scared that I'm gonna face plant or something. They're gonna break. I'm gonna get up and they're all just like chopped and gone.
Cracked.
Yeah, like that's like because that's so realistic. Like that could happen, and like, it's happened to a lot of people. But I'm like the way that like our teeth are so strong, but also can break so easily.
Yeah.
I'm like that really scares me. Like I have a fear of like falling and be like, oh,
It's
like
all specific, like exactly what you don't want to happen.
asco.
It just reminded me of another fun fact that I saw on Le TikTok. That supposedly, if you've never broken a bone in your body, it's because we have like a guardian angel or like somebody up in heaven really protecting us. And that if you've broken a bone, you might not necessarily have that.
Babe, I'm
that's-
making somebody sad.
I'm
like,
sorry, no, but that it's just like or you just have like a really good protection guard against you if you've never broken a bone. And I was like, yo no me rompí un hueso.
hey, knock on wood.
Ay,
I
yeah.
don't like those things.
Yeah. I'm just speaking fun facts.
Yeah, no, I don't like things like that. Well, this episode was everywhere.
It was a roller coaster.
Yeah, it literally was all over the place.
It was
but
rants, jealous friends, bullies, the sun being too fucking hot.
well, as always, I hope you guys take something positive from this episode. And as a reminder, if you want to do social media, please do it and have fun. 'Cause that's all that it's about. It's having fun.
Literally. That's all it's about.
And thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. We have, like I said, a few more left, but we're going to come back with a bang.
Yeah, after the break.
We'll also come back with a plan as to what you guys want us to do while we're on our break. While Yoatzi is giving birth.
I'm like, I post my labor and delivery vlog. I'm bringing out smart.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to another episode.
Thank you,
and
guys.
we'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.